just do it for being in the moment and doing the work, and just let more work come from that.
What's up, everybody? This is Fred Rachani. We have right here on the line a very special guest. It's been a while since we've had him here on TSC. Excited to welcome him back. He is a veteran actor, producer, writer, manager, and he is one of the stars that you could see in theaters in the new drama thriller Fall. We're talking to the incredibly multi-talented Jasper Cole. Jasper, thank you so much for the time. How's everything going?
Hey, buddy, great to see you. It's been a long time, but it's always great to reconnect.
Quite a bit of job titles for sure. Did I miss any job titles?
Oh, no, no, for now that's good. I just love money. I think that's the problem. Or maybe not a problem. Maybe that's a good thing.
For sure, for sure. Well, we'll talk about some of your many job titles, but let's focus on the one right now, acting in the brand new thriller Fall. All I gotta say is new fear unlocked, heights, vultures, you name it. How'd you get involved with this film directed by Scott Mann?
Well, yeah. Well, listen, I one of the reasons I wanted to do this film is I'm a huge fan of the director Scott Mann. Heist, his movie with De Niro, is one of my all-time favorite films. Um, Honestly, this was just another audition on the round of auditions. But what's unique about this is it was really my first job during the pandemic, and so it was a self-tape audition, and I got it, and we started shooting. I think August of 2020, before there was really any kind of vaccines or anything. So it was really my first experience on the COVID, shooting situation out in the desert. Perfect, perfect thing to shoot during a pandemic because we're outside. I think 5 actors total, maybe never together at the same time. And you've had, the two leads on your show, Virginia and Grace, and they carry the movie really, literally, and they were trapped on this tower for most of the film. Thank God my stuff takes place on the ground because I'm not a heights person either at all.
I don't know how often you're on set with them, but I know they told me that they actually worked at real heights, which scared the hell out of me. And I can only imagine because that translated really well to the film.
Yeah, no, Scott and the team had built this. They had really built this tower. I mean, I don't know how 100 feet maybe, um, and the actresses were sort of harnessed and strapped in. And to my knowledge, I mean, I know they did most of their stuff, and so I was there a few days because we shot it at two different time periods. We came back a little later and shot some more, but whenever I was there and doing my stuff, they were literally on top of this tower. And so what you're seeing in those incredible trailers is really their work. I mean, I'm a big fan of theirs.
You were kind of known as Hollywood's go-to bad guy, but in real life, spoiler alert, you're actually a pretty nice guy. So as somebody who is such a nice guy in real life, is it tough to kind of flip the switch and play the role of kind of like a tool bag of sorts, or is it just natural at this point?
Well, it's so funny because I keep hearing this. Like most of my fellow bad guys, I hear from interviews that we're really the nice guys, and I don't know what that says about the leading guys, but no, it's such a departure for me. So I think that's why I'm able to just really enjoy it. When I used to, the first part of my career, when I was just kind of playing the nice guys or myself, that was kind of boring, to be honest. But the bad guys are really fun. But I mean, clearly, I'm pulling it from somewhere within. Maybe it's my inside voice that I don't show to the world. So, but I can do this and not get arrested.
And on the lighter side, I don't know if you play a bad guy or not. I'm sure we'll see. But there's a new film coming out around the wintertime called A Miracle Before Christmas. Our mutual friend, director Lazio Lazan, who also did #Unknown and Never and Again, directing this film. I am a sucker for Christmas movies, my friend. So the floor is yours to tell us about your role in this upcoming film.
Well, this is a nice little departure because in this film I play James Maxwell. He's really well, I mean, he's douchey, don't get it wrong, but I actually wear suits and he's sort of like an Elon Musk, a really douchey billionaire guy. But for me, it was a little departure. I was somewhat cleaned up and not quite so homeless, and but still an ass. basically. Still not a nice guy. But the movie has Latoya Luckett, amazing cast, Keith David, and it's sort of I don't want for me it had a little bit of Scrooge from back in the day, so it's a little bit of an updated version of that. I love Christmas movies also. I'm really this one's got a little bit of an edge to it, which I like. There's some bad characters in it, unscrupulous characters, I guess. Everyone's got to sort of come to a better place by hopefully by the end of the movie and feel better about the holiday season.
One of the other reasons I mentioned Lazaro Lozon, besides the fact he's incredibly talented, shout out to him, former TSC guest, is because he's one of your clients. And what I didn't know until only recently is for the better part of almost 2 decades now, you have owned and run a management company called Newman Thomas Management. Not every
Yes.
day we see an active actor and producer also repping clients. How did that come about and how's it going?
Oh, it's been one of the greatest things I ever did, but honestly, it's one of those things that kind of fell in my lap. I often say sometimes the things that we don't care as much about or think we want sometimes are turn out to be the most successful. Back 20 years ago, my manager at the time was going to retire and sort of let this company go, which had been around since '89. So I sort of stepped in. I'm supposed to be more of a silent partner, but I don't rep myself, obviously. But I think it's been great because I approach it all from an actor's point of view first. And so when I'm working with clients, I just feel like it's more of a just a kinship that we have together. So I have 25 acting clients and about 10 writer producers, and we've kind of become a full-on production company where we just sort of produce with our clients, and that way we all work together. So we kind of merged from being a management company to being a management production company, which is great.
You're a busy man. Actor, writer, producer, manager, also a host as well. You have your own podcast. How in the blue hell do you juggle everything?
Well, the good thing is when you work for yourself, and especially so much I do at home, all the managing stuff is on the phone and the computer. But I mean, I have literally been on sets working and my phone vibrates because I've got to deal with some issue with something else. And I just go in my dressing room and not a lot of downtime for me, but I can't stand to be sitting around, waiting for work. So it, yes, I'm busy, but I don't know how else to do it. I'd be going out of my mind if I just had to act and wait for someone to give me a job, it would be kind of tough for me.
So would you say that one of the recurring themes of your career, besides for whatever reason being cast as a bad guy, is being persistent and constantly creating things for yourself to do rather than just kind of waiting for the phone to ring?
Yeah, and when I moved here in 1987, a girlfriend and I, we co-wrote, co-produced, and co-starred in a play. And I think when you kind of start doing that from the beginning and you sort of do all the hats, while it's great, I mean, I love nothing more than just showing up to be just an actor on a set because if things are burning down, it's not my problem. I can just close my trailer door. But in my gut, I like to be hands-on, and I don't really know how to do it any other way. I like the whole collaboration. I like finding projects from the beginning, getting the script, casting it, and working with the people that I love. And as you get older in this business, your list of people that you want to work with gets smaller because you want to work with people you trust. So I have been blessed to have sort of, a family of clients and coworkers, and we all support each other.
Now, Jasper, we always like to ask all our guests some kind of random and rapid fire questions just to get to know them better. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Favorite late night snack or cheat meal?
Peanut M&Ms.
All time favorite movie?
Ordinary People.
Favorite actor and actress?
Daniel Day-Lewis and Jessica Lange.
What role did you take that turned out to be the most challenging? Was there one that really kind of tested you and made you kind of learn more about yourself?
I did this small horror film called Hansel and Gretel, and I with Dee Wallace, and I really end up playing like a mute in this movie, and I had to do so much physical stuff that I also had to sort of act without saying anything and just using this here, and it was a great challenge, but it was great. It's one of my favorite roles in the last 10 years, I guess.
What was the most challenging or awkward moment in the filming of Fall?
For me, I play a kind of character I like, well, without giving too much away, I show up in the movie at a time when I'm sure the girls are hoping I'm going to be of assistance to them, but I don't know how that's going to work out for them. But I do have I have a pit bull. I have a dog in the movie. What is it? WC someone said don't work with dogs or children and dogs, but I thought it was going to be this big challenge because I'm a dog lover, but pit bulls, they have their reputation, which is most of the time not correct. But when I showed up and he was muzzled, I was like, oh, not not a good sign. Turned out to be the sweetest archer, the sweetest dog in the world. So what I thought was going to be a challenge turned out to be a great experience.
Who would you say is an actor that you've had the best chemistry with?
Well, I got to work on a pilot in 1998 that never aired. My Sam Elliott is who I put Sam right up there with Daniel Day-Lewis, as far as one of my um, favorite actors. Let's see, chemistry. I loved working on MacGruber. I had great chemistry with Will Forte and that whole cast of people. That was a special film for me, which has sort of lived on and has a series now on Peacock. But um, some of my best memories were from theater and plays I did 20 during the first 20 years of my career. So, God, that's like picking your favorite baby, Sophie's Choice. I've been very blessed. I have not had a bad experience. Truly, I'm not blowing smoke because if you know anything, if you listen to my podcast, I will tell you the truth. I've never had a bad experience with a co-star. Knock on wood. Or if I
Okay.
did, maybe I did and I didn't even acknowledge it, but I nothing comes to mind.
What's the best piece of advice you give for success?
We are at such an amazing time. I tell all young whatever beginners, you've got such access to making your own product now. With you can film a whole movie on the iPhones. They look as good as any other red camera. You've got social media, you've got TikTok, YouTube, all these great platforms to not have to be at the mercy of an agent or someone hiring you, and just get out there and wherever you are, you don't the beauty of today is you don't have to be in LA, you don't have to be in New York. I mean, Atlanta is Hollywood South, but you could be anywhere and just keep acting, keep doing, keep filming. Don't wait for people to give you permission. Just kind of do it. And don't do it. It's hard to say, don't do it with certain expectations of being famous or it's got to go viral, or just do it for being in the moment and doing the work and just let more work come from that.
Love
That's
that.
my sermon for today.
Why should people watch Fall?
Well, first of all, it's great to get back into a theater since there haven't been that many films, and I was so happy to see. I think this one is you need to see it on the big screen, but because of the special effects and the thrill of it, sort of like being on a roller coaster, I'm sure. So, but also within this setup, there's a lot of heart and soul to the movie. There's relationships with a father and a daughter, and the relationship between the two lead characters. And yeah, I think Scott, they've done an amazing job of just when I read the script, I thought, wow, this is not just a thriller with some special effects. There's a real heart and soul to the movie.
Fans can definitely check it out in theaters this week and in the coming weeks. Fall in theaters, which of course features our friend Jasper Cole. Jasper, before we let you go, where can we find you online and where can we find you next?
Everyone can just go to jaspercole.com, but on Twitter and Instagram, I'm at Jasper Cole SAYS. I have one-on-one with Jasper Cole that's on all the platforms, Spotify, all that good stuff. We've been on a little break for 6 months. We're launching our 11th season coming up, and so with some changes and maybe uh, another new co-host, so keep an eye out for that. And I want to say I have a great new series coming in the fall called Kombucha Cure with Tamara Braun and Denise Boutet. And so That is a little more of a comedy, and I don't play a serial killer, homeless, drug addict. I do play a weird guy with a pet pig, but who hasn't had a pet pig, really?
Excellent, excellent. We're definitely looking forward to that. Hey, you got a lot of stuff going on, a lot of logs in the fire. Great to hear. Bonus question: is there anything you wish I asked you in this interview?
Well, I thought you were gonna ask me about all the Real Housewives shows that I watch. No, I'm just kidding. That's always something people have this strange thing. They're always fascinated that I love reality TV. I think Michael Rappaport and I are like the two actors who maybe Jerry O'Connell, we all watch The Housewives, and I guess it doesn't fit the image, whatever that is.
So, are you saying that maybe we could hopefully one day? Is it your dream one day to kind of be a guest star in one of these shows, maybe in Real Housewives or Below Deck or something?
Oh, listen, I watch them all. I'm not kidding. I mean, I've never seen a Kardashian show. I love how we all have this badge of honor. Like we watch everything else bad, but we haven't seen the Kardashians. No, I do. I watch them all the real estate shows, Southern Charm, Savannah, New Orleans. Fred, I think it's because I don't work in that genre. So it's like the one genre where I can actually just watch something and not like pick it apart and, think about, oh my God, I wonder how long they were on the set that day or how hot it was. Or so it's just mindless entertainment.
I dig it. I can respect that. I got a few. I used to watch Total Divas back in the day. I like that. I liked Million Dollar Listing.
Oh yeah, I
See?
love
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
hey,
yeah.
a man of many tastes. I can respect that.
We like the New Jersey housewives too, though. Teresa, she'll flip a table and go to prison and come out and have cookbooks and get remarried, and it's just it's the American dream, Fred, really.
Of course. Of course. You're one of them as well, Jasper Cole. Thank you so much for your time. Again, you can check him out in the brand new thriller film Fall in theaters this week.